Hey everybody, it's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm, and I am starting out in the fruit orchard. It has been a hot one today already. I had some friends come over this morning that were running a 5K and 10K in the city of Clanton, and so I am late recording this video, but friends are very important in everybody's life. So it's actually almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and literally, y'all, it's been too hot to be outside in the hottest part of the day. So it just came a little rain shower, and it was 15% chance of rain today, and it became 100 very quickly, because when it heats up as hot as it was, now the temperatures have dropped down to 80, but it is still very humid. So I'm out here in the fruit orchard, and of course I've got my sidekick Dee Dee with me. I'm not sure what Dee Dee's doing. Dee Dee thinks that she buried something there long ago that she needs to eat, but she didn't. So I wanted to show y'all how many blueberries that we have picked, given away, used, and look at the bushes now. So the blueberry season is almost to come to an end. There are still a few on here that are not blue yet, but I picked a big bucket for Brant to take home. His little boys love blueberries. There's some that need to be picked right now. My mom was out here picking yesterday afternoon. But after this little bit of rain, I tell y'all what, everything is green and growing. And if we continue to get rain like it has been the rest of this summer, this fruit orchard is not going to require any additional rain, and I may be making fig preserves come the end of the summer. I've got little figs coming up all over the trees, and I'm super excited, because this is the first year that we will hopefully have enough fruit on our fig trees to produce enough to make preserves. Look here, you can really see it on this one. Look at the little figs. I mean, they're coming up everywhere. I love fig preserves. Every time I mention fig preserves, people think of a Fig Newton cookie, and that's not what a fig tastes like to me. Fig preserves are knock your socks off delicious. But you know what my favorite thing to do with fresh figs is? Freeze dry them. Y'all, if you have access to fresh figs and you freeze dry them, it is like the best fruit freeze dried. In my opinion, grapes are pretty good, but to me, figs are even better. Now, I'm talking about figs because I'm waiting on the figs to get ready for a third reason, and that is the Victorian crown pigeons. A lot of y'all have been asking what's going on with them, and there really hadn't been a lot going on until now. So you guys are looking at the area where we had the Peacock enclosure when we first moved here. We had Scott, our beloved Peacock, and his wife, Ozella, enclosed in this area for a long time, because peacocks are notorious to try to roam and go back to where they came from. If you get peacocks for the first time, you have to enclose them and let them know where their new location is in order for them to stick around. Sometimes you can wait 6 months, and when you let them out, they're still not going to stay at home. And we were lucky. We left them in there for long enough time to where they stuck around and they lived their life on our farm until Scott's days ended, and so did Ozella's. But this is the enclosure where it used to be, and our farm helper Caden took it down this past week. The grass is overgrown in its path. We're going to get that taken care of, but this is all part of our plan to improve and make things appear better. That was something that hasn't been used since Scott and Ozella were in it when they first got here, and I no longer needed that. So I am going to gift that enclosure to my friend Catherine over at G&G, who can indeed use that for her peacocks, for her future, for her, I don't know what she's going to use it for, but she wants it and she's going to take it. So that is taken down and I'm happy. I am very happy. Now that leads me to where I am, the outdoor aviary. So I'm inside the aviary and everything is lush and green and just becoming the way we wanted it to be. This is the little John fig that took a beating this winter. I don't think it's gonna come back to the point where it produces any fruit this year, but everything else is looking beautiful, including the pair of Victorian crowned pigeons. Now, up until this point, I have not seen any signs of nesting behavior. However, just this week, he's been dancing, he's been courting her, he's been making sounds to indicate that it's time for them to indeed have a family or try for a family again this year. And the nest platform is still here. Not put any materials in here for them to add on to their nest. There are some, they won't use this mulch. It's too small. They like to use twigs, sticks. You can see it sticking out from under their nest, how they kind of weave it in there and make a nest out of those small sticks. There are a few in here, but I think it's time for me to gather some things and put in here for them to add on to the nest or build the nest. You can see that this enclosure is starting to look like the grounds that they are native to, which is New Guinea. It's a tropical environment, and we wanted to have a lot of ground cover. We wanted to have plants that just kind of took over the forest floor here and just allowed them to feel as comfortable as possible and as close to the native environment as they can. They are just marvelous, magnificent, beautiful birds. And I am going to gather a few sticks and twigs and put them in here sporadically and see if that doesn't do anything towards stimulating them or her to lay an egg and him to become a daddy. Now some of these plants are blooming. This is a salvia, this orange salvia here. And there's lots of different grasses, there's ferns. They do not eat plants, but they do eat figs. Figs are one of their favorite foods. Now we offer them berries and different fruits and vegetables throughout the season, but their favorite by far is figs. So that's another reason, that's the third reason that I can't wait on the figs to get ready. So I said I wasn't going to show the birds unless something happened, and here we are, you know, towards the end of June, I should say, and they really haven't shown any signs of nesting behavior or mating routine until now. So I am showing them, and I'm showing them because I'm excited and I want y'all to be excited, because I think maybe this time it's going to be the real deal. Maybe this time they're more experienced, they're older, of course, they know what they're doing, and I hope things go right. If they don't, it wasn't meant to be, but that doesn't mean that we didn't do everything we could to try. Now, I've explained to y'all on numerous occasions that Mary Carl takes care of the birds out here. She has indeed fed them today. She has taken care of their water, but I am, since she's not here, going to offer them some materials, so to speak, to add on to their nest. So while we're on the topic of babies and eggs, can y'all see way back there in the back corner? This is Willie and Reska's pasture where we put them overnight if it's not going to rain, but they haven't been in here lately because it's been raining just about every day. So they're over at the barn and using that stall. But in the back corner you will see the 2 male peacocks. And you see who's not with them. That is Miss Edna. And you know why Miss Edna's not with them? because Miss Edna has parked herself in the wood line over there, and she's sitting on eggs. So that we're on the topic of peacocks and eggs, had some questions about the eggs that Miss Nancy, Reska's owner, gave me, the peacock eggs. And the plan was initially to see if Snow White would sit on those eggs because she appeared to be broody. She would lay an egg, which she had not been with a male, and she was sitting on the eggs, and I was having to gather them because we didn't have a male. And I didn't want her to sit on something that I didn't know was viable or not. Well, I know her eggs aren't viable. And I didn't want her to hatch a chicken egg because, well, I just didn't. I could have put a chicken egg under her, but we don't have but a couple of roosters. And Ryan, the rooster, is one of them. I don't know if that egg would be viable. So I had a better chance with Miss Nancy gifting me 5 peacock eggs to potentially bring in some new blood and for her to sit on the egg and hatch it herself. Since that day, Snow White hasn't laid another egg. It's as if she said, I'm not sitting on anybody's eggs unless they're mine. And I don't have a husband, so you can just keep taking my eggs because I'm not doing it. So the silkies have started sitting again. I have 3 silky hens in there, and one of them has started sitting again. So I reached out to Catherine and I said, would you please do me a favor? Because I lost track of time, and it's 14 days. Those peacock eggs have been in the incubator, 5 of them. 2 white ones and 3 pied. So she did, and here's what she found.
Okay, this is egg number 1, Brooke. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Nice airspace. Can you see the veins? That is the pied peacock eggs. Here's egg number 2. All right. Look at that airspace. All right, let's turn it a little bit. I want to see some veins. There they are. Let's go with egg number 3 of the pied peacocks. Now, this one I'm a little concerned about because it looks clear. There should be a lot more than that right now. So, yeah, that one's clear. So egg number 3 is clear. I'm going to put it to the side. One has an airspace and some nice veins right there. That was egg 4. Now here's egg 5. Look at that beautiful, beautiful airspace. That is just really pretty. I love it when they show up that good. See the veins right there?
You see what Catherine at G&G found. 4 out of the 5 peacock eggs are fertile. The 5th one she's not so sure about, but 1 white one and 3 pied ones are showing signs of development. Every single day when I come in here, this black silkie has laid another egg. Your friends in here, the silkies, they are very, very good mothers. And I think the best thing to do is go pick up one of those peacock eggs, because it's only going to take 14 to 16 more days for that peachick to come out of its shell. And while a chicken egg only takes 21 days, my fear was that if I left a chicken sitting, their internal clock would tell them it's past time for this baby to hatch and I'm getting up. So 38 days for a pea chick to hatch, 21 for a chicken. Didn't want to take a chance. 14 days in, if she sits for 14 more days, there'll be a pea chick that will emerge in this coop and know where it resides. Now there are 2 more silky hens outside. All 4 of these animals get along very good. I don't see anything that's being raised in here not getting along with Snow White, not getting along with the silkies. But if that were to happen, I could cross that bridge at that point. So I'm gonna run over to Catherine's. I'm gonna put that peahen egg under this little black silky here, and we're gonna see if we can't hatch a pea chick that can live here. So since I had the most of the pied eggs and the one white one was the only one that was viable, I told Catherine to just grab me one of the pied ones, which you'll see, it says pied on it. Now, Catherine misspoke. Only one of the white ones was viable, and 3 of the pied ones were viable. So all the pied ones were good, and only one white one. I know, you mad at me. You mad at me? I'm not going... Are you laying or are you sitting? There you go. All right, I got you an egg. You plop down on that. All right, I'm gonna leave her like that because I didn't want to leave her up too long. She's on the egg. I bet you she's gonna stay on the egg. I bet you nothing is gonna get her up because that's just the way silkies are. All right, girl, you do your thing. Happy hatching. In 14 days, or about, we should have a baby pea chick. And Snow White may have a friend. We'll just have to play this by ear and see how it goes. I hope everything goes well, and I hope the silkies get along with it, but it's the best thing I knew to do. So y'all stay tuned, and we will continue to watch this hen, make sure she stays on the egg. And until next time, I appreciate each and every one of y'all, and y'all be good.